The scariest manipulator is not always the person who acts cold. Sometimes it is the person who seems to understand you better than everybody else. They notice your mood before you explain it. They ask the question that makes you feel seen. They remember the small detail you told them when you were vulnerable. And at first, that feels like safety. But this is where the dark empath idea gets interesting. I am not using dark empath as a clinical label. Think of it as a behavior pattern. Someone who can read emotions well but does not always use that skill carefully or kindly. A more obvious narcissistic person often gives you warning signs early. They interrupt. They need the room to revolve around them. They get defensive when they are not admired. They make you feel like you are auditioning for their approval. That can be painful, but it is also easier to name. A dark empath-style person can be harder to spot because the first thing they give you is not pressure. It is relief. They do not walk in saying, "Look at me." They walk in saying, "I see you." And for someone who has been ignored, dismissed, or talked over, that can hit like water in a desert. Here is the first move in the playbook. They learn your emotional map. Not just what you like, what you fear, what makes you feel guilty. What kind of silence makes you panic? What kind of praise makes you trust faster than you should? A healthy person learns those things to care for you better. A manipulative person learns them to steer you. The difference is not whether they understand your feelings. The difference is what they do with that understanding when it benefits them. The second move is emotional mirroring. They make their energy match yours. If you are angry, they become the only person who gets why you are angry. If you are hurt, they sound hurt with you. If you feel misunderstood, they become your translator to the world. That can feel intimate very quickly, but watch what happens when your feelings are inconvenient for them. Do they still care about your experience, or do they suddenly become confused, wounded, or offended? Do they help you think clearly, or do they only validate the version of the story that keeps you attached to them? This is why they can feel safer than a narcissist. A narcissistic style person may make you feel small by taking up all the space. A dark empath style person may make you feel special by making you think you finally found the one person who understands the space inside you. That is more subtle, and subtle control can last longer because you keep defending the part that felt good. The third move is selective honesty. They share just enough pain to look real. A difficult childhood, a betrayal, a moment where they were misunderstood. And maybe all of it is true. But the story has a job. It makes you more patient with behavior you would question from anyone else. You start thinking, they are not trying to control me. They are just wounded. And sometimes people are wounded, but being wounded does not give someone a free pass to use your empathy as a remote control. The fourth move is the perfect apology that changes nothing. They know the language. I hear you. I understand why that hurt. Your feelings are valid. I never wanted you to feel that way. Those words can be beautiful when they come with changed behavior. But when the same pattern returns, the words become a reset button. You feel so relieved that they understand the damage that you stop tracking, whether they actually stop doing the damage. That is the trap. Emotional intelligence is not the same as emotional responsibility. Someone can describe your pain perfectly and still keep causing it. The fifth move is using your goodness against you. If you are forgiving, they frame your boundary as cold. If you are loyal, they frame distance as betrayal. If you know yourself well, they invite you to overthink your reaction instead of looking at their behavior. Suddenly, the question is not, why did they do that? The question becomes, am I being too sensitive? Am I abandoning them? Am I the one who does not understand? That is how control hides inside care. So what do you actually watch for? Watch how they handle a boundary that does not benefit them. Not a boundary they agree with. Not a boundary that makes them look good. A real one. A no, a delay, a private decision. A moment where you choose yourself and they do not get access. Healthy people may feel disappointed, but they adjust. Manipulative people turn your boundary into a character trial. Watch how they talk about other people who stopped giving them access. Are all their exes unstable? Are all their old friends jealous? Are all their coworkers threatened by them? One bad story can be real. A whole world of villains is a pattern. Watch whether their empathy has range. Can they care about your feelings when your feelings challenge them? Can they admit impact without demanding you comfort them immediately? Can they let you be angry without turning themselves into the victim of your reaction? That is where the mask usually slips. The point is not to become paranoid of every emotionally intelligent person. Real empathy exists. Kind people exist. Deep listeners exist. The point is to stop confusing intensity with safety. Someone understanding your feelings is only step one. The real test is whether they respect your agency after they understand them. If this kind of breakdown helps you spot patterns without losing your head, subscribe. I keep these practical, based on behavior, and useful in real life. And if you want to see how this pattern looks in smaller moments, watch the tagged shorts from this video too. Because the most dangerous part is not that someone knows how you feel. It is when they know exactly how you feel and still use that knowledge to move you where they want you. Here is a simple way to check the difference in real life. Tell them something small that disappointed you, but do not over-explain it. A healthy person may ask questions. They may even feel a little defensive at first, but they will try to understand the impact and adjust. A manipulative person will often do something else. They will turn your disappointment into a test of your loyalty. So instead of talking about the thing that happened, you end up proving that you still care about them. That is a quiet switch. The original issue disappears, and now the emotional spotlight is on your reaction. Another sign is how fast they want exclusivity. Not always romantic exclusivity, emotional exclusivity. They may not say, "Only trust me." They say, "Other people do not really get you like I do." They say, "Your friends are giving you bad advice." They say, "I just think you should be careful who you let in." Maybe that sounds protective. But if every outside perspective becomes a threat, the comfort is starting to become a cage. The cleanest test is this. Do you feel more like yourself around them over time, or do you feel more managed? Do you make decisions more clearly, or do you check how they will feel first? Do you trust your own read of a situation, or do you wait for them to interpret your emotions for you? That is where the pattern becomes visible. Real empathy gives you back to yourself. Manipulative empathy makes you feel like you need the other person to understand yourself. One more practical check. Ask yourself what you are afraid would happen if you stopped explaining yourself to them. If the answer is they would be disappointed, that might be normal. If the answer is they would collapse, punish me, withdraw love, or turn everyone against me, that is different. Safe people do not need you to stay small so they can feel secure. Safe people can handle a pause, a no, a private thought, and a boundary that is not about them. So do not only watch how warm someone is when you open up. Watch how steady they are when you stop giving them total access.